All right, guys, and welcome. So look, it's getting rarer on this channel that we can introduce you to new neighborhoods. But we've never been in here on this channel. And I gotta be honest with you, not many of you know about this neighborhood. And that's just through feedback when I introduce people to it, when I try to tell them about the property. There's some confusion like over the location, like where it is. Here's the thing with this neighborhood. You drive by it all the time. A lot of you thought it was a different neighborhood, but it's sneakily putting up $6 to $10 million sales here on 30A. And I'm excited to bring you a house today that sits on A1 position lot that has everything that you'd ever want. Guys, welcome to Grace Point. Now, if that's your first time hearing this is a substantial neighborhood that came along a few years ago, and I gotta be honest, when it was first being developed, a lot of people looked at the geography of it and where it was located, south side of 30A, right adjacent to Water Sound, okay? And just behind Prominence. So if you know the Big Chill area of 30A, that's where it's located. Again, you've driven by here and you probably thought it was another entrance to Prominence. Here was the thing about this plat, and when they laid it out, you could look at it, and it was like, man, that's great. What you're gonna see today, and what you kind of see over my shoulder, is incredible views, unobstructed Gulf views, which is great, but the challenge was, okay, how are they gonna get to the beach? Because Water Sound, the development, sits right behind it. If you look at it on the map, it just wraps. And we didn't think Water Sound would just give a new development entrance into the community. Here's what happened. Water Sound Beach Club kept developing, kept expanding, and it's now an option so that you can buy a membership and be a part of the beach club that sits literally steps. The tricky thing about Grace Point is that this is as close as you can get to the beach club, walking distance, even closer than houses that are in Water Sound Beach. This is it. Like what you're gonna see today, I can throw underhand softball over there to the beach club. So you become a member of the beach club that gives you beach access and amenities and multiple pools and a whole lifestyle that comes with the Water Sound Beach Club package. So once you combine that and then the way they laid out Grace Point, roughly 40 home sites, they've all been developed spectacularly, various sizes of the lot, the various sizes of the houses, but we've seen prices now in the $6 to $10 million range. And the one that we're in today is gonna command that price range. It's a substantial property. It's on the best currently built location in here. It's just A1 position, which is always gonna stand tall. And so I'm very excited to show you the home, but also excited to talk more about Grace Point, who has been kind of under the radar, honestly, but just found itself in a premium location with the ability to join a premium beach club and offer views at this price point that are really hard to find. All right, here we go. And I just want to come out here and show you how tall this beautiful home stands right at the end of the street. Again, front row, bragged about the location as we enter, but 2-car garage, but it's got a certain feeling to it, right? It's got a grand entrance. Grace Point did an amazing job with these little parks. They've got nice green spaces tucked in between all these homes, but you can kind of see the aesthetic around you. Beautiful, mature. For the age of the development, the maturity of everything feels substantial, okay? A lot of construction going on next door, so you see all those trucks. But look at this, look at the window package on this house, guys. Just amazing. This is gonna rank up here with one of the top front elevation entrances that I've seen. You come through these gates, of course you got garages on both sides, little iron gate for you, and then look at that, just straight in. All right, so first floor, and what I'm gonna do right now is, just because I've got to, always trust the camera with where my eyes go immediately, and look at that scale and look at that lighting. Just beautiful. With the ironwork on the railings, and just kind of sets the tone for what this experience is gonna be like, okay? Nice foyer entry. I will point out that you do have the elevator there. Again, we talk about this on the channel a lot. A lot of times, if you're gonna have the living and kitchen above the first floor, which this one does, you're gonna wanna think about an elevator, okay? Great laundry, okay? Great function here. This is just adjacent to coming in off the garage. We talk about this a lot. You come in from the beach day, you wanna have a space where you can take everything through. Beautiful cabinetry all throughout. But guys, space is not gonna be an issue in this home. And let me show you this real quick, do a span out. Look at that. Beautifully done. This is kind of the entrance to, this would be that flow living space, that bonus that you could come into. A little shot at the electronics in the home there. Fantastic. Okay. I'll give you a look, looking back out toward the front entryway. And this beautiful light. Just stunning. So let's keep going over through here. It's gonna be the first look at a bedroom. This is gonna kind of set this home. Very generous spacing. You're gonna have nice accents throughout, okay? Little view, they've got some turf out there, and you do have Gulf views from this. You know, I'm zoomed out a little bit. I'll show you more about that in a minute. You can see tennis courts. That belongs to Watersound Beach Club, okay? So lots to take in here. Double vanity, okay? This is gonna feel like something you could use as a primary. All right, nice double vanity and beautiful shower here. Beautiful inlays in there. Nice and tall. Not only is this home large, guys, but with the ceiling height and then just the grandness of the height of the doors and the height of the frames, like it feels like a large, substantial home. Beautiful flooring. Bedroom number 2, a little bit smaller than the one next door. Okay, does have a closet there. And then, but again, you have double vanities, okay? So really nicely done. Beautiful lighting, there's me. And then another great shower. And let me show you. We're fans of tile on this channel, love that. That's a cool look. Like that a lot, okay? Let's keep going. All right, let me take you out here because this is gonna be the first look at kind of a porch setting. So this is something where you could come straight in from the day. You could go out that way, go around to the beach club on the path there. This gives you a good shot. There's the beach. It's got an outdoor shower out here. Look at the generous size of this, okay? Really beautifully done. You can do whatever you wanted to out here. Dining tables, whatever you need. And then I'm gonna take you through this door. And I want you to think of this as like a single level, almost a carriage house, another bonus room feel, okay? You got a full fireplace, large TV, but it does have kind of like a little kitchenette, wet bar. All right, you got a closet and a half bath down here, okay? So all this is still just first level. This has a second level to it, this building that I'm in, that sits adjacent to the main house off the rear, and I'm gonna show you that here in a second. So the first introduction on the first floor is, I think it just sets the tone for the styling, for the scale of what we're gonna be getting to see, the appointments, and just know that this home has plenty of opportunity to create living spaces throughout. Let's keep going to the second floor. All right, here we go. Guys, this is pretty breathtaking. A lot to take in here. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna give you one big wraparound snapshot here to living space. I know you guys are gonna head outside and we're gonna get there. So first look too, these are those windows looking back out in the lighting fixtures. Okay. This is where the elevator comes in. And I'm gonna take you back here. It's gonna be another bedroom option. Look how tall those ceilings are. Really nicely done. Single vanity here. And again, guys, you guys are putting that on the theme, but you noticing how every room, every bathroom kind of has its own theme. Different tile package. Really nicely done, okay? Keep going. They put some built-ins here, which I think is smart because you've got a closet here. It just gives you that added there since the closet's smaller than some of the other ones. Again, hang with me. I'm gonna take you back over here, and this is gonna be a look at a powder. It's just right off the living. Again, got this great lighting in here, super thoughtful. Shiplap on the walls. And then we're greeted again. I do like this. I like the built-in drawers that accompanies the closet. See how that works? Just added space. They made good use of that space. And then keeping with the shiplap theme in here. Nice little balcony looking out over the park there. Let's back out toward the front of the house. And then again, man, this might be my favorite tile. Look at that. A little flower feature, I love it. And they ran that throughout, nice lighting. Ran that flower in that inlay too, as well as the bottom, okay? Love it. Again, smart, no wasted space, and then here we go. I mean, this is just incredible. The view, I'm gonna show you more about it in a second, guys, but let me just show you. What you're looking at too is, guys, what's there is there. There's no other lots right over the beach club there. That's all beach club land, that beach. Everything is set in place. You know, I never say never at anything. Anything could happen. Somebody could sell something. I guess someday they could sell the beach club, but the likelihood of any of that changing is slim to none, okay? Look at the scale of this. Let me walk you back around here and I'm gonna get you outside because I know you wanna go there. I love back of the house. Check this out. This wraps around, coffee, oven, amazing cabinetry, big deep farm sink with some windows, more ovens, and then a large pantry. And then don't forget about the wine cooler. So look at that, just back of the house, very smart. Most of the functional stuff that you be doing is hidden, but they will give you that big, beautiful, brand new Wolf range out here. And then you have the dual fridge and freezer right there, okay? So well done. You don't even have to think twice about furniture spacing in this, but let's get you out here. All right, outside, I'm gonna take you over this way, show you those tennis courts I kind of teased you with downstairs. And then that is the beach club right there. That just shows you how close we are, that little sidewalk. You're right there at the beach club, and then there's the beach. Just fantastic, front row. Look at this deck. Guys, sometimes you go through houses, and if they give you the big house, they have to shortchange the decking, they have to shortchange the pool. Look at the size of this outdoor kitchen. And yeah, you're right. I'm gonna walk that way. Look at the frame up over this pool. This on the downstairs would just not have had the same effect. Look at this. Sitting in the pool, Gulf views, no problem. You know that's a big pool down here at the beach, but the fact that you're on one that you can sit, maybe pour a drink and look out over to the beach unobstructed is just fantastic. So I love pools that are upstairs because of the dramatic effect, and this one checks the box, no problem, and it gives you a really good indication of just how close you are to the amazing amenity at Watersound Beach Club. All right, third floor, so let me do this. I like to show elevator is here, okay? So elevator goes to all the floors. Let me just take you on back here. This is gonna be another bedroom. Again, guys, we're over 7,000 square feet, but I gotta be honest, walking the house, it feels bigger than that. It is just incredible amount of very useful space. That looks back out onto the green area. And again, some really cool tile. Let me show you that. Beautiful shower. And then double vanity again. A lot of double vanities in this house. So this isn't gonna feel like a primary here. I'm gonna show you another one that feels like a primary, but I'm gonna hold on that for a second. Love the little touches like that. Look guys, look at that. The architect's giving you views as you walk up the staircase, okay? So another little landing. Let me go straight in here and show you this. So this is gonna be another laundry, which is super smart, okay? Several bedrooms up here, including a primary. So you've got another washer and dryer. If you remember, you had one on the downstairs, just directly adjacent to the garage area. And this is just even more storage tucked back into here. So, you know, I see a lot of people, they'll use that one downstairs off the garage for the beach stuff and then do all the clothes up here. Guys, I'm loving this. Man, they did this throughout. A lot of times I'd see people, they don't finish that out and put like drawers, but that is super smart, super great idea. I think I've mentioned it 4 times in this video, forgive me, but that means, listen, if you hear me mentioning something over and over again, with the amount of houses that I see, you know it's standing out for the right reason, right? Or wrong, but in this case, it's standing out for the right one. Okay, beautiful double vanity there. Again, that balcony goes out over the park. Take you down the hallway here. This is a little half bath, okay? Which is cool because there's some sitting area up here that I'm gonna show you in a second. Here's another bedroom. Excuse me, said that wrong. This is another little seating option, which is really cool. It doesn't have a closet. You can certainly use it as a bedroom, but there's no closet in this one, all right? And then look at this. I'm gonna take you out there in a second, bear with me, but I got something else I wanna show you. So again, over 7,000 square feet. Let me show you this primary bedroom that sits up here. Look at that, again, the windows, just a beautiful day, so the sunlight's just coming in, and then look at this. Man, framed up so nicely. Again, architect, great job. I'm getting Gulf views as soon as I walk in. Look at that ceiling. Beautifully done. And here's what I love about this, okay? Sometimes they'll put where you shape up the bed like on that side when you've got all this view. This is basically your view in bed right now. Just amazing. Look at all that blue. Well done on that, checking that box, and then here we go, guys. This feels like a primary bath, okay? Double vanity, they are separated, but each one's super generous in style. Excuse me, and in size. Additional cabinetry as well. Just beautiful. And then I love how this framed up. Beautiful lighting, kind of invites you in. This is very deep. Let me open this to try to show you some scale, but you can see how deep this shower is with the bench. 2 rain heads on either side. Closet here. And then closet on this side as well, okay? Substantial, there's several bedrooms in this house you could use as a primary, but honestly, if I'm taking my pick and there's an elevator and this is my bedroom view, you might have to fight me over this one. And here we go, guys. What a great way to wrap this one up. Another substantial deck with incredible views. And that gives you a look, again, just how close you are to Watersound Beach Club. It's just phenomenal. It's resort living. Again, it's wild to say, but like this was, when it first came out, there was a big question, okay, how are we gonna get to the beach? And man, they nailed that with the access to Watersound Beach Club. And the amenities have just grown over there, so it just makes it super simple. Look at this decking. Just like the second floor, just substantial. About the same size kind of wet bars you have downstairs. Beautifully done, feels like Shunk Gully up here, and then look at that view. So guys, not only do I love this home, and I appreciate Sotheby's agent letting us film this. When we saw that she was bringing this onto the market, we had to get over here. But also love that we got to introduce you more to Grace Point. And I'd like to bring you more about this community because, listen, we talk about it all the time on our channel. It's all about what the market responds to. Let me interrupt myself. Look at that bar set up there. It's beautiful. It's what the market responds to. And at 6 to 10 to 11 to 12, $13 million is what these things are going to start selling for in Grace Point. The market's responding because the package makes sense. Views, amenity, high quality homes on the east end of 30A. If you're in this range or have been considering any of the neighboring communities, you might need to take a look at Grace Point.